Welcome back to September 1916. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Strategic Command World War I. And where this is the West Front First campaign. Hope you keep all of them straight. Now, just got finished watching the latest episode of Sea and Arsenal's epic series on World War I's rifles, pistols, machine guns, small arms, basically, or small firearms, shall we say. They're not doing bayonets or swords or trench knives or weird mace-like things that soldiers improvise in combat, which were a very big part of the combat in the war. Most assuredly, as well as they don't have access to basically almost no one has access to functional artillery of the period. And I mean that even governments, because a lot, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't a few functional guns from the period, but a lot of them have been turned into non-firing objects. You know, often when they were plentiful, we had basically, just so if you don't know, most U.S. cities or towns, I don't know how small you could go, you could order from the government after World War I, and they would send you an MG08, a Maxim German MG08 machine gun. And I don't know that it would have been like functional, but a bunch of them had, and I don't know how many were sent out, but a bunch were sent out to be sort of like, if you wanted to make a war memorial or monument or a victory thing or whatever, and you wanted to have a trophy piece there that you would set, and then you give it a thick coat of paint on it of gray or whatever, and to keep it from rusting away. And most of those things were made to one degree or another by either just removing parts or maybe damaging the internals somehow, non-functional way back then when they were even first done. And so a lot of trophy guns and other weapons like that were done to like that artillery. So, and then of course you have the problem, even if you consider the gun safe enough. And I think a properly manufactured gun, even though it's more than 100 years old now, would still work, but safely. I don't think the steel is, just because of the age. Now, maybe if it's shot out, it would have a problem with shooting it, but just the ammo. So and that's part of what they do with Sea and Arsenal. And maybe if you poke me, I'll put a link below in the description or in the boy, why does this always happen to me? In the comments. Yeah, looking for the right word. Not really that old. I don't think it's age. It's always sort of been with me, but yes. So if you're interested in approximately 40 plus minute show on, say, a particular rifle, and they were just doing part 2 of the Berthier rifle. So they started out with the Berthier carbine, which was the first version of it, and doing the rifle and other stuff in a second. So it's almost 2 hours worth of stuff if you're interested in that kind of thing. Okay, so we saw what happened when we went here and put a trench in. Bye-bye to the Corps. We can afford that. We have both the MPP and manpower and whatnot to afford that, but we don't need to do that too much. And we are now, as we can see here, the Stahlhelm has arrived. And so we're going to be upgrading, but I think we need to try to upgrade and push as much as we can at the same time. Okay, now down here, we have the Italian stupid move, which is just, I don't blame the Italians, but I'm not even going to shoot artillery at these people. More and more now I'm looking at, I don't know, I want to finish this series, but maybe playing against a human who wouldn't repeatedly do this type of stuff. 4-3, 4-2, we'll take the 4-2 hit first. Shattered. Very nice, very nice. Okay. We'll do the 3-6, so whatever damage we take, which will be 3. Means hopefully this will do even less damage to us, if any. No, tiny bit. Okay. So that just eliminated 2 of their core, which of course could have been used down here. Yeah, I know it's not going to get us. Just in here, let's see. Can we put you on ship? Yes. Can we put you on ship? Yes. I think, yeah, that came out of the German cost, which is good. And that, well, gotta come to here. You come into there. You come here. Okay, we could have maybe should have had more units on ports. Okay, well, I guess you come down here. We're gonna see if we can get you to Corfu. They can come to Triana. They can come almost up to there. We're gonna come up to there. Because I do want to move one of these units down and might as well roll up Sicily. As well as to push. Because sure, if we can move the forces in here and we can push and take Rome and have the Italians collapse, absolutely a fine plan. And with the AI doing stupid stuff like going into here repeatedly into this, and even if you go, the AI doesn't cheat, so it didn't see that there was so many units back here. Okay, but they moved the second unit in after seeing, so yeah. So if they keep doing that, but I would think it would be have been reasonable for Italy to better guard its coast. But yeah, all of our killing of units here has probably damaged that ability. But if they allow us to come up through Monte Cassino and or Pescara here or both and take Rome, great. But in a way, I'm not even looking for that. I'm looking to just draw troops from here down to here. I harp on the indirect approach a lot. Okay, well, we're going to go after the Italian fleet there, and we're going to head into enemy contact. Okay, well, yep, come down to there. Very good. And yeah, we can move over here just to hide a little bit from their intelligence reports or whatever. Okay, now you're marching across the desert. I don't know if it may have been better to come down to here and then try to get across there, because we'll move better along the road. So, okay, we've got to get back to better supply. And yes, absolutely, I just want to end this revolt. Okay. Oh, well, they can go to there. Yeah, they're super weak, but I think they'll actually have better supply here. Yeah, I know we're moving them out of supply, but I'm hoping to take that town, and I'm hoping by doing that we'll be in a little better shape. And they'll be in a little worse because we're coming to there. Okay, I didn't move these last turn, I know. Not so much to move them down in the desert, more just to, you know, hang out against any other scripted revolts somewhere. Is really what I'm looking at. Okay, well, we have Cyprus. Okay, well, let's do a little reconnaissance work. Don't know how well they're seeing the ships move from around the islands, but let's come over to here. No, I don't think we're going to invade there, though. Lemnos does look like a nice target. I'm guessing they're getting good intelligence. So we're going to move the Turkish Navy out, and hopefully it's, I don't know, strong enough to deal with whatever that may be around here. But, you know, don't know where they would come from. Maybe they're over here, but I don't know. There could be. There was a ship over here that went somewhere. Let's move you here just to sort of a, you know, bump into if they come this way. Now here, okay. 7 shells. Well, that's the direct approach. What do I think about the direct approach? Not the best way. All we could do is get 2 units in, then probably keep rebuilding as we continue to damage ourselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to see as how maxed out we can get here. Okay. You come up a little closer. Yeah, see if we can max you out. Maybe we'll put you in the ocean next turn. I know you're just in detachment, but that might be enough to invade Crete. And so we're going to try to set up to have 4 corps attack that corps along with a lot of artillery. So then we can either get 4 corps to attack Athens or 3 corps and a lot of artillery to attack Athens. I guess that's the plan. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm not absolutely sure which or both or whatever. Get Rhodes, get Crete. Or even maybe Lemnos. I don't know. I'm mostly just worried about the islands with a port on them. Whether you can actually land on some. I think you can land on that one, as we can see from there, and was the option. But just, again, the indirect approach. So I don't know how much, you know, this is a primary supply source at Heraklion. I don't know how much MPP, if any, it's really contributing, or Rhodes is contributing to Italy. But just simply by taking them, it is just continuing to push indirectly on Paris. Okay, now, see, I am sort of torn here between taking out this guy. Okay. We're going to attack from here first. And then we're going to switch to this guy. I think he'll be strong enough to withstand any counterattack there. Okay. Because what we want to do, of course, is he attacked. Okay, he can upgrade because he's not in contact. We'll do that sort of after. I think we're going to take out the Marines. What is our only 2 spells? Okay, yeah, they're dug in at Nancy. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Okay, well, let's fighters now. Recon bombers, that's what I was looking for. Okay, they're in range. Yeah, I know they're gonna probably take, not really meaning to actually do damage, just get the reconnaissance benefits. Yeah, they took a pounding. Okay, they shattered, but I'm not necessarily thinking of moving in there. I just wanted to take that unit out. Okay, It's another recon bomber, so we could go after that. Yes, I think I have more interceptors somewhere up there. We can come in, maybe not, guess not. Five shells, 6 shells, but you're closer to Paris, so we'll use the further away guns more, if not entirely. Also, I'm just watching that morale down here. See. Okay, now, okay. Probably didn't even need that last shot, really. Okay, that got him. Now we can just upgrade you right here. We can, well, reinforce you where we can upgrade you here. And you've done things, so what we're going to do here is we have to put you in that front line there, but that will allow us to raid. Upgrade, yeah, just I'm perfectly willing to spend whatever it's going to take because see if we can upgrade the, oh yeah, we can't upgrade. Okay. Right now, for me, looking at this, it's more of a limited front. So I'm having more trouble getting units in contact with the enemy. Then, okay, they have complete action points, right. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift here. These guys we're going to, because we needed to max them up anyways, but that then allows us to upgrade them. Give them stall helms. Yeah, we'll go with the Stahlhelm. We can see here it's, well, light armor and anti-tank attack values. I mean, doubling, but we're not facing any of those yet. It's just a minor attack values, minor defense values on the whole, but still that does count. Now here, you're all the way back here, but we can might as well reinforce you guys. Now here, let's, yeah, move you up. They can be upgraded. Get rid of their cool pickle hoops, but going over to more useful Stahlhelms. Okay, so let's swap these out. Oh no, these can swap out, and then we will max reinforce them out. Six rounds. I both feel I should push, and thinking that, but also thinking they're just going to simply send in more units into there. So why push? Let's see. Will they be in? No, not enough. Better supply to go to. Oh no, they already. Oh, did they attack? What do they do? They're just a swapping out action points. I guess I don't. Well, just a detachment, so we'll have them closer to the front. Let's move these guys down this way. This way. Okay, yeah, I don't think they're getting us out of southern Italy right now. I don't see that as happening. Okay, that's a reconnaissance bomber. Good. We can't really fly into the dust storm, which seems reasonable enough. Maritime bombers. Okay, well that's pretty good range. So let's move you to here. Future operations. You guys might be good at naval invasions. Well, yes, I'll go down to Damascus. Yeah, I do know, and I think there we will. Yeah, let's operate them down to here. Whether we're going to use them here or move them a short ways up to here and put them landing invasion operations, maybe. Oh, that's the new Falkenhayn HQ, right? Leaving all these over here to make sure that... Now, a few people were bummed out about, or one or two commenters were bummed out, so maybe a few more who watched it, I don't know. Hey, if you watch all the way through, I really appreciate comments. I really do. Even if it's just hello, just make sure that people let me know that people are watching. I know I do see the click-throughs, but yeah, it's nice. That we didn't get all this territory. Well, and Germany definitely occupied much of the Ukraine. I don't quite know its practical occupation areas. A lot of what they were doing, which seems like routine people for different groups of people, or Germans or Russians, to occupy the Ukraine to steal all their food. I don't know that the Germans in World War I stole all their food. I don't know of any particular reports of starvation or anything. There very well may be. Because I don't know of them. There's a difference between ignorance or as opposed to knowledge, but I've read about it, but and know that there isn't, or or have a good reading of stuff, but have no known problems with it. Like I say, I know of the Holodomor. Carried out by Stalin, which was definitely an artificial famine in Ukraine. I'm not saying there was plenty of food for everybody, but the problems of Sovietification, of communism, whatever you want to call it, was causing some of their power centers, Petrograd, Leningrad, as it becomes known, Moscow, and other Russian areas, to have food shortages, and they decided to, shoot people who went into fields to try to collect food, to make sure that the food was going to these other places. So obviously, soldiers were there and they were getting fed. I presume, there's just a presumption, that there were Ukrainian farmers harvesting some of the food and being allowed, because you can't be dying and harvesting food at the same time. So some people were getting to eat. I don't know, or maybe they're just relying upon the soldiers to harvest the food. I don't know. I truly don't know. But I do know it was horrific levels of starvation. Not just a few isolated, and unlike reported at different times, including in the New York Times and whatever, newspaper, it was artificially super bad. And there, to my knowledge, was no general crop failure in Ukraine. So now I don't know if food levels were the same production levels as they were under the Tsarist regime, whether they were up, down, or just the same. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't know if anybody really knows around, that's around today that have good records, but definitely hauling food out of Ukraine to feed Russians. And of course, the Germans in World War II do the same, to the point that there is severe food shortages. I don't think that they were to the level of the Holodomor. I don't know whether there were more lives lost during the Holodomor, or lost, shall we say, in Ukraine generally because of World War II. Because, of course, you get bombings of cities, you get reprisal shootings on both sides. Trust me, when this is not reported, and I'm sure there are reports that in a record, or people have written about it since then. But just knowing from other cases, I'm sure the Soviets did a combination of shoot lots of people they thought had collaborated, whether they had or hadn't, whether it was the postman who just delivering the post under the Soviets, then delivering the post under the Germans, and then getting shot by the Soviets for delivering German or posts under German occupation, the mail, or whatever it may be, postmen, or just simple functionaries that just continued to do their job under the Germans, just to, whether to eat themselves, to have a job, to get money to be able to eat, or, hey, I'm just trying to do the best I can for the people, not trying to rat out anybody, not trying to, help the occupiers. It's just like, hey, just trying to maintain civil order, that definitely got shot and or moved en masse to the Gulag system, and having much shorter and brutaler lives than even standard Soviet citizens would have had, which I consider, may not be quite death immediate, but disappeared into the Gulag system. So all the combinations from both sides, I don't know whether it was the Germans or whether it was the Soviets or the Ukraine or the other occupiers, but as well as something of even a Ukrainian civil war, because there were definitely lots of Ukrainians that weren't so much pro-German. Some were, I think, but many were just anti-Soviet or anti-Russian. Others, because of bad German behavior, realized that if the Germans win, this isn't going to be good for us either. Let's go into the resistance movements. So there's reprisal shootings, there's all kinds of stuff. So just general death in World War II. I don't know in the Ukraine which is worth the Holodomor or World War II on it. But the Germans did suck lots of food out very brutally. To my understanding, again, notice my words, not knowledge, understanding. I try to use my words carefully. The German occupation in, the latter part of World War I was not nearly as harsh as in pulling food out, but they were definitely trying to feed Germany there. And there was definitely German occupation to a degree. I don't know how widespread. I do know, like in Riga and some of the larger cities, there was German occupation. Again, I don't know how spread out into the countryside. There was German occupation in some of these areas. There isn't in this game. But I don't know that that's a problem, because if this game here is designed that now this is no longer going to be a front, that there isn't going to be, say, anti-German partisans popping up, or there isn't going to be reds or whites battling each other in Germany, losing, because Germany is getting MPP payments, because and a higher level, because we're maintaining a lot of units in this greater Warsaw area here. Let's move you to Warsaw. So we're maintaining, and I believe it was about 1 million men were still in the Eastern territories at the end of World War I. 1 million German soldiers in one format or another occupation duty. So in a way, we are sort of occupying here without having to stick units, and so I'm not upset by that so much. I might have liked decisions to actually gobble up more territory. I don't know. And we're supposedly also getting some stuff, and I think we'll see it at the end of the turn. From down there. Okay, we are no longer sending MPP to Austria-Hungary. Let's look and see what we can purchase there. Not a whole lot still. And it's a combination of time it takes to produce and how much of an effect we're going to do. Let's do some airships. Yeah, 75. Just checking out Algeria. Yeah, yeah, artillery maybe. Best bet for them. Okay. Not that we have huge extras, but let's just a little. I don't know what I'm going to plan on using the Navy for. You know, a Battle of Jutland, battle out here. Don't know what that gets us. Now, if we're trying to, you know, break out and then go, you know, sit on these supply lines, yeah, or clear Germany's blockade supply lines, yeah, that does make a little sense. But I don't know that we need to try that. I don't know that we are having a problem, and we could probably start sending. Can Austria-Hungary send supplies to convoy maps? Okay. No, we can't. We can't send MPP to. Now that's a flaw in the game. We can't set up a convoy. To okay, strategy map, yeah. To Germany. Germany can send to Austria, and Austria can send to Ottomans, but we can't send back to Germany. How interesting. Okay. Well, I can see reasons for that, but how interesting. Okay, what more units can we... It doesn't look like many. I think we got most of the upgrading we can do. Done. And reinforcing. Okay, so that's upgraded. I'm a little more worried about my supply lines and be able to fully repair them there, so we're going to wait to get a little more forces. Alright, well, let's come down to here. Maybe we can reinforce our navy a little bit down here. Yeah, that would be worthwhile. All of our extra Austrian points. Not that I don't want to go full max, I'm just trying to keep these guys viable. Oh, let's put you in that other port up there, I think. I don't know. Those are submarines. Don't know what are there. Anti-submarine guys. I don't know. We'll leave you in port for the moment. Okay. They've moved around. Good. Good. Okay, other purchases. I don't know. No. Purchase. Heavy bombers just don't seem to do... I'm just not that into strategic warfare, I guess. I want more tactical bombers, tactical warfare. This pounding Paris, I don't know. Not that it isn't useful, but I don't know. Okay, let's end the turn here. Yeah, you're suffering attrition losses. Maybe we can still march up to Hall. Bolshevik-inspired agitation against the war spreads in Austria-Hungary. Okay. That's sort of what I was worried about in the other playthrough, that I didn't want to do the, whole Bolsheviks thing. Scientist, airship development, good. Ground attack weapons, good. Yes to level 1. Germany area warfare to level 1, good. Science amphibious warfare, good. Germany develops trench warfare level 2. Production level 1. Submarine level 1 for Austria-Hungary. Progress. There, here we can see food via neutral Netherlands, Norway, Austria-Hungary. I thought we were collecting more. Deploying Falkenhayn. Do we not have enough? Maybe we need more units near. I thought we had enough units there. Oh, we forgot to move these guys. Oh well. Oh well. I didn't save it like I should have. Well, there we go. It's a weak one, so they may not do much good and they may get sunk. Yep, move right back into the bad spots. We just not have enough units in the east. We're going to move them out to here more. Subs, that is. We're supposed to get MPP. If we keep enough units near enough to Warsaw, I think the determining city is, and I thought I was well over it. But maybe the two Austro-Hungarian units aren't being counted. That could be. Yeah, shoot it enough, you can destroy it. Oh shit. Did I not upgrade that? Reinforce that one, I don't remember. Oh, that may have been my fault. Okay, well they're gonna go down. This is not a bad strategy here if they had entrenched, been able to move up and entrench. Because we can see if they're entrenched, we're having troubles punching through a straight line. Yes. Okay, 13-8. We're destroyed. Okay. Some fighters, very nice. Okay, well, so we... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I thought it was 12. Oh, man. I thought pushing over to make sure that we got supplies out of the Ukraine. Well, let's save this. Okay, well, let's continue with some of the easy to do stuff. Grabbing up the coastline there. Rain, rain, rain. Oh, good. Could pound that down. Their morale already sucks. No, our morale, well, that morale's better, but they got pounded by the artillery, I know. Okay, well, here, well, now you're on the road again. Hoping to take that to be a secondary supply source. I'm not absolutely sure it will be. These guys' morale is also at 1% as well as both sides. So morale ain't good there. No, it ain't good. But should be going okay-ish. Okay, no, we're not going to move our... Yeah. We're not going to move our troop transport as our main reconnaissance. Oh, hello, more submarines. I guess we're going to roads. With that. Yep, let's put you into invasion ships. Okay, well, these guys won't be able to embark this turn, so let's see about maxing you out. Okay, and our assault here. Okay, 8 shells. One for one. Wow, for that bad of a... I'm just gonna shoot them all. Even if it's not needed, I don't know if it is or isn't. I just don't want to be in a place of, oh, if I just done one more, we could have taken it out, because I'll probably be able to Mostly, well, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. I shot all 8 rounds, which is a lot of rounds. Okay, you guys. Get in boats. Sail to the port. Get out of the port. Walk over to there. Can you get into boats? Yes, you can get into boats. Go boating. Boating is fun for everyone. Okay, you won't be able to get into boats this turn. Yeah, you come there. Can you get into boats? Yes, you can get into boats. So we're going to put you into boats. I know you're fairly weak, but we're going to get you to here. No, undo. Well, we can't undo. Okay, we can't get you out of boats this turn. Oh no, there we go. Good. Okay, good. Okay, so we were ashore with those. These guys are still sort of stuck there. Yes, I do know I could have used the artillery, but sort of kind of saving it maybe a bit. I don't know. Oh, God, damn, that was a bad move. Okay, well. Let's use that. Won't do much anything. Are they in French now? No. It's just the river that's making that not the best option. There we go. Now that will allow these. these guys to be reinforced instead of attacking. Okay. Well, see, that didn't work out very well. Well, we're just going to swap them out. And actually, we're not retreat, but get ready to maybe head south with them. We'll see. That way we move the full cores up onto the line. These guys, of course, are going to maybe be the main territory conquering unit. We want to say occupying force, speed. Yeah, there may soon become a time that we want to move into here and take that. Try cutting all that off. Pocketing it. Well, now that you're near the front, we'll either upgrade you or reinforce you. I'm wondering if I just don't have enough units back here. Okay, let's see if we entrench. Well, yeah, it's going to give us better. Yeah, we want to look straight south. There for you. You, okay, better arrangements. Where we can at this moment, we should do so. And I guess here as well, since the Germans can entrench more than the reason. That's a reason to bring these guys down here. presume, just a presumption, if I were to move Austrians into former German trenches, they would keep their same entrenchment levels, but I don't know for sure. I know if you abandon something long enough, the entrenchment seems to go away, which, yeah, entrenchments need to be kept up. That is quite true. Let's go over this way. Just because we're doing all this stuff over here, we might catch somebody. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I want to move these guys back this way. Who is this? Von Mackensen? No, let's move them. You may be just too far away. That could be. I thought it was 12 units. Needed to keep like within 10 hexes, so maybe some of that got a little too far away. I don't know. Okay, I need to purchase for. Yeah, let's do heavy bombers. And the Ottomans. Right now, I don't know what I mean. Another. Yeah, let's research. Okay, well. Yes, logistics, yes, because we're going. That subs maybe. And I guess infantry warfare is nice this time of the year. Okay, yeah. We don't need to just spend to spend. But all that helps. Okay, that's helping. You know, I want to, let's see how the Entente reacts to all of this. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I guess. Yes, you're suffering nutritional loss. I just want to get ill or whatever, and hopefully get. Okay, Bolshevik inspired spread. Yes. Okay, Commander of the High Seas Fleet, we have a number of commerce raiders preparing to sail over the next few months on long-distance voyages to attack the enemy shipping in the Pacific and the Indian Ocean. Preparing these vessels because it says the MPP. Do you want to? Yes. We have the MPP. Germany is blamed as Spain seizes 1 million rifle cartridges destined for rebels in Morocco. Okay. Italian ordnance destroyer enters service. Okay. Really? Really? You're rising right there? We don't controlling the swelling? Okay. Scientists report progress in anti-submarine warfare. Redevelops anti-submarine warfare level 1. Good. Okay. Command control, gas and shell production. Progress on. Okay, they should get that. Yeah, technology. Okay, here. Okay, food supplies, commerce, raiders. That's minus. Nope, I'm not seeing the stuff from the east. I thought we should be. Maybe I just did not leave enough troops there. Oh boy. Maybe I ought to look up in the manual or something someday. Okay, heavy cruiser versus battle cruiser. Ooh, they didn't do well. We did very well. Only after our light cruiser, which got launched a bit by a submarine attack. Light cruisers have had, depending on where, some levels. That's gonna, yeah. Dreadnought just took it out. Anti-submarine warfare, but not necessarily. Well, I don't know if the Turks would have had World War I, but even when they did have it, it wasn't necessarily very good. And very much in World War I, it was all very primitive. Well, the submarines were fairly primitive, so. Yep, moves right back into the trap. Not that I'm intending or believing that these AI should be heuristic and learn from their mistakes, but I don't know. Better evaluation on that they're just not a good position. Disaffected German soldiers spread Bolshevik ideas in Germany. Bolshevik ideas spread. Okay. I don't know why we're getting such bad ideas going around, because we're doing really well, I would say, in our war. The anti-war protesters assassinate the Austrian Prime Minister Count von Stuckel. I did not know that happened in real life, or if it did, I presume. Yes, we lost a light cruiser, 14 and 7 MPP lost to UK. Okay. Okay, yes. Some destroyers, nice, good. Okay. Yeah, we'll put you down here. Very good. Now. Well, they lost a ship. Oh ho. Casualties landing. Hopefully they'll be able to be okay with. Do we really want to come all the way up there? Maybe. Maybe not. They're in the port. Oh, interesting. Okay. Our battleship versus their dreadnought. I don't think we should have moved the dreadnought back up there. That was not the best idea. The Greek battleship, I think, is going to die this turn. Let's see if we can do that. Make sure it's not a threat. Yay, not a threat. Maybe they're just too cut off to get reinforcements near. That line's gray now. Or whatever, I don't know. Well, it gets us a detachment ashore. There's a Greek detachment opposing it. We still have that unit there that could be a problem. Yeah, let's move there. Maybe they won't know that it's there. I don't know how good a spotting they have. But we'll have the submarine there to trip wire, as it were. Any attacks? And in French. Very good. Oh, they get German entrenchment levels. Sweet. They don't. Hopefully they'll get... Yeah, well, that's what I was sort of worried about, not being able to well supply ourselves. Yeah. Let's come down here, try to protect us a little bit more. Can these guys get on board ship? Yes. Let's just come into the Austrian units. Can these guys? Yes, these guys can. They're giving command support for the Bulgarians. Very nice. Oh yes, and we probably forgot to move last time. Yeah. So these guys, yes, get all the way down to there. Get some artillery onto that front. Well, if you want to see what's going to happen to the Indian troops and the Western Front and the Italian front down here, you got to come back next time. Thank you so much, all of you who made it this far. I really appreciate that, that you watch and you care enough. It really makes me, I really do, because I do see it's only about 10% that gets through to the end. But I do appreciate that 10% that do. Thanks so much.